Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're enjoying your day so far, and yesterday was a pretty interesting one. We finally have an idea as to when League Play might be arriving here in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and it certainly has been a long time coming. The most recent game in Black Ops 4, I think it came around February 22nd, something to that degree, and it wasn't really the greatest League Play system that we've had in Call of Duty. Hopefully this time around it will be better. It seems that it is certainly on the way, but the question really is, why is it taking this long? Might its launch coincide with when the CDL comes out, and would we want to see some sort of Modern Warfare style playlist in advance of then? Intrigued to get your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you were new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that. First of all, this one bit I thought was pretty entertaining given that everything has been GA'd as of late. Can we please GA the CDL character? I think my main call out today has been I can't see this guy, and well, certainly some other things happening yesterday as well. This came out that was pretty interesting. The top 10 esports teams and players of 2020 by total prize pool by the Esports Observer. So the Dallas Empire were the #1 team here with $1.8 million earned. And as you can see right here, most of the top 10 players were Call of Duty players in the World Chess this year, given it went online. A lot of the prize money over there from Nakamura or Carlton, for example, they're making a lot of money, and I think maybe it's considered an esport for this year. Maybe next year will be the same thing. But then when they can actually do chess tournaments in person again, I imagine it will be removed off being considered an esport. I don't know, pretty interesting. But still, Clay, Krim, Illy, Shotzi, Hook, I mean, Celium and Simp are up here as well in the top 10 by prize pool. So I thought that's pretty entertaining to see. And as Krim says, you know, clapping hands to all the rest of the guys. And we'll have to see what Clayster manages to do this season over on the New York Subliners. But certainly the $4.6 million prize pool or whatever it was at the World Championship this year, certainly, of course, had a big impact on, well, the results you see right here. Also thought I'd mention this because Blast was in the Pro League last season on the Los Angeles Guerrillas team. If anyone cares, I've decided to pursue Warzone full-time instead of competing in challenges this year. It was a tough decision to make, but I'm confident I can be a top Warzone player / streamer. To my fans who still support me, I love you, all this good stuff. So interesting to see that Blast is stepping away from challengers, right, given well, a top tier challenger player for the last several seasons, of course, in the Pro League last season as well, and has been there or thereabouts really for a few seasons now, since really back in the World War II days. So interesting for him to decide to step away from competition. We'll have to see how Warzone goes for him. I think his stream is certainly it's in a good place to do very well here, so I wish him the best of luck. But certainly Warzone's had its questions the last few days, the meta being of an issue. We've also seen these softwares come out where you can go into a lobby and see what the KD average is of your lobby, so that you can just go into a different lobby for the tourneys and stuff like this. It's not ideal, and there's certainly some issues that have to be fixed. But yeah, wish Blast the best of luck. That I bring this to your guys' attention. This then from Tom Henderson, because yesterday we mentioned that, okay, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is this year's title, next year's title, what is it going to be? Sledgehammer Games supposedly back on the development cycle, and what are they going to bring out, right? Is it going to be a World War II sequel like World War III? Is it going to be an Advanced Warfare sequel like Advanced Warfare 2? And he comes up with this yesterday. Sledgehammer Games in August 2019 supposedly started Decade 2 and development of their next COD title, so they're going to have 2 years, 3 months of development time for their expected release on November the 12th, 2021. So supposedly the next year's game is going to be a Sledgehammer game, whatever exactly that means. And well, he also mentions in this live stream, he does in quite some detail, when exactly League Play might be arriving in this game. So a couple of clips here I'll share for you guys, saying effectively it's going to be sometime in Q1, and we're already in Q1, that being January to March of the year. So you know, when exactly is it going to be in January to March? You'd imagine we'd have had some sort of announcement in advance of when it's actually going to be launching. You'd have thought Treg would have said something, rather than Vonderhaar just sending some kind of sassy tweets to Scump as he did a couple of months ago when Scump was like, look, we need League Play in every single title at launch, why isn't it here? And Vonderhaar was kind of saying you know, I'll reword that for you. The fine ladies and gentlemen over at Treg are doing their best to bring you the ranked mode. And well, it does seem like it's coming relatively soon. When can it exactly be? And some discussion around how we're currently in Season 1. Is it going to launch with Season 2? Or, you know, preferably, in my perspective, it would launch alongside when the Call of Duty League launches in, well, we imagine a few weeks' time, or maybe early February, something to that degree.
Have you heard anything about League Play? Yeah, it was planned for Q1 of this year. So we could expect it during Season 2. League Play is scheduled for this quarter, so between now and March. So we should get it maybe Season 2, could be halfway through Season 2, and then obviously if not, it'll be Season 3. Like I said, I don't really want to comment on dates, but League Play, I was told, is for Q1 2021.
So it's certainly about time that League Play might actually be coming along here. There is also the question mark about the look. In Modern Warfare, we didn't get a League Play, but at least we did get some sort of CDL playlist, right? You could go into the playlist, and yes, there wasn't any, you know, it was skill-based matchmate, of course, as it would be, and there was no, like, ranking, right? You couldn't see, like, your ELO score or anything to that effect, which, of course, is a bit of a problem, because that's really one of the issues with skill-based matchmaking. You can play public matches all day, and effectively just be playing ranked play, but, yeah, you don't actually get to see your skill ranking, so you don't see how good you are, or whether you're improving from time to time, and seeing how good your opposition is. Whereas in the CDL playlist last year, at least you could go in there and just play the CDL maps, play the CDL modes, and yes, you had to play Azir, Cave, Hardpoint like all the time, but at the end of the day, it was something to play, and it was much better to play, in my opinion, than playing regular public matches. And of course, right now, the CDL, like, rule set isn't the best. You've got the issues, the fact that, okay, the tactical rifles are banned, but there's many other things which are allowed in the CDL rule set, which maybe shouldn't be, and hopefully the CDL comes out with a new rule set relatively soon. I imagine Tony Flame and the guys have been working on it quite extensively behind the scenes, as he talked about a few times now, especially on these Reddit posts that he's been putting out on occasion. But yeah, even if that was the case, and okay, the CDL rule set's a little bit dodgy, there's some things that maybe should be gone, still you could implement some sort of CDL playlist in advance of when League Play launches, right? That's probably something I'd like to see in future years, like just have a CDL playlist with no, like, you know, no ranked system or whatever, but at least something like pre-League Play, just so that we can play that isn't proper League Play, but is something to the same degree, because, yeah, pubs on this game, to me, are pretty much unplayable. I hop into Raid 24/7, play like 2 games before I'm just getting absolutely world starred, and it's time to head off. I wanted to finish off the video with this that came out between Nadeshot, Scump, Envoy, and Crim6 a couple of days ago. So on the 31st of December, Nadeshot tweets at Scump, "I just discovered that you're doing Road to 100-0 with Dylan Envoy, and I've truly never felt more betrayed in my entire life." So Nadeshot did 100-0 back in the day. I mean, he did it with Scump for a time, I think. He also, well, the famous couple of clips that came out from him doing it with Imbos, and then I think Merk came in for a time. I used to watch those every single day, the Road to 100-0s back in Black Ops 3. But as Nadeshot says, look, I've never felt more betrayed in my entire life. Scump goes, I can't even get a hoodie, let alone 100 matches out of you. So yeah, saying that he's not even giving him a 100 Thieves hoodie, let alone have the dedication to go the whole way, to doing it with Envoy instead. And I'm sure that streaming with Envoy is kind of partly instigated by Hex, in the sense that they want Envoy to be the next Scump, and I think he's doing a very good job, especially what you see on the YouTube side. So it certainly makes sense. But Scump and Envoy, I think, were having some questions on the Optic podcast, as okay, obviously they're doing pretty well on their streak right now. What are they going to do when they get towards 100-0, right? Currently they're playing like best of 1 hardpoints. Are they going to go against a really tough team to get to that 100-0 streak, right? And I think they even talked about they might play Formal and Dashi in a 2v2 best of 1 hardpoint match, and they feel like they've got no chance of losing that, because well, obviously they'll be so practiced with all the games they're playing so far. But the question is, when they get towards 100-0, what exactly are they going to do? As Kevin says right here, I heard they're going to make this the next video thumbnail. Of course, well, Scump and Nadeshot as it was back in the day. Good memories for sure on this one. But as you can see, Scump and Envoy have been splitting the road to 100-0. So like, okay, episode 11 right here, episode 7 right here, episode 9, and then the other ones go up on Envoy's channel, which is growing at a very rapid rate at the current time. So yeah, that's how they're doing it. But the question is from Nadeshot, what exactly are we going to do to get one back on these guys for, well, to get one back on Scump for not deciding to team up with me for whatever reason? As Nadeshot says, at Crim6, I know you and Seth made up, as we talked about a few days ago, but I got a good way to get back at him if you still want to. And as Crim says, I will see you in the DM. So I don't know if this is related to some sort of Road to 100-0, or whether they're going to try and knock Scump and Envoy off their streak or something. Well, that'd be pretty entertaining to see. Stay tuned for what happens going forwards. And just to finish off with one other quick thing here from GG Breaking Point, only one of these will be in the CDL rotation. To my understanding, the control rotation is going to be Garrison, Checkmate, and then one more. They're only going for 3 maps this time around. I suppose it makes sense. That's tended to what we've seen for the 3rd game mode. And the question is whether Moscow or Raid Control should be that 3rd mode. And it's a pretty interesting one. Raid Control, of course, was a bit of a question mark. Right, is it going to work? Well, exactly where that B point is over by back of the Tiki Hut. Maybe not exactly the best. Moscow to Control also a little bit questionable. So it seems like this is the debate right now. What would you prefer to see? Personally, I would love to see Raid for all 3 modes. But yeah, maybe if it doesn't work the best for Control, then Moscow might be a decent replacement. At least Moscow is a solid map as well, all things considered. But intrigued to hear your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Really helps out the YouTube algorithm know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well. And I'm growing the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.
Yellow crate. 1 point. 2 on point. 2 point. Went back under the wing. Yep. I'm back yellow. Back yellow, look at me.
They're taking A.
I can flank A.
We are contesting Alpha.
A dead.
Hostiles are taking A.
Oh! Oh my god!
Contesting A.